Hello everyone. Welcome back to Jikook Magic. Have you ever noticed that sometimes the simplest things can feel the deepest? BTS began with just one word, thank you. And from that moment, everything somehow felt different. The swim performance may look calm on the surface, but it carries a much deeper meaning. And among everything, Jungkook and Jimin once again capture attention. Not through something grand, but through small moments that feel incredibly real. So, is this just an ordinary performance, or is there something more? The latest news comes once again from BTS, a group that never fails to captivate the world with every release. Each comeback always brings something new, something fresh, while still holding onto the strong identity they've built over the years. But this time, it all began with something very simple. A phrase that sounds ordinary, yet holds such deep meaning. A simple thank you. Not just a filler word, but an expression that feels sincere, warm, and full of emotion. The way they said it carried feelings that couldn't be fully expressed in long sentences. There was sincerity, gratitude, and a sense of closeness, almost as if the distance between them and their fans disappeared in that brief moment. This simple phrase became a powerful opening, because behind its simplicity lies something so big, a reminder that despite all their incredible achievements, they still cherish every small step that brought them here. And that's where the journey begins. Fans were then presented with the latest performance video for Swim, which has officially been released on Spotify. From the very first second, the video delivers a different atmosphere, calm, yet captivating. It's not loud or excessive, but that's exactly what makes it feel so deep. The vibe is like the surface of the ocean, peaceful on the outside, yet holding infinite depth beneath. There's a quiet flow that slowly pulls you in, immersing you without you even realizing it. This isn't just a performance. It's an emotional experience built gradually. The spotlight, of course, falls on two figures who never fail to draw attention. Jungkook and Park Jimin. Dressed in simple yet elegant black outfits, they opened Swim in a truly mesmerizing way. Their movements are powerful yet soft. This contrast creates a beautiful harmony, as if two different energies are perfectly complementing each other. Many fans consider this opening moment one of the most memorable parts. The aura they radiate feels subtle, like shadows moving across water. Calm, synchronized, yet incredibly captivating. Every step is not just choreography, but a living expression. The visuals in the video are just as stunning. The ship's setting creates a relaxed atmosphere, like an ordinary day in the middle of the ocean. Yet that's exactly where its uniqueness lies. Simplicity that feels authentic without needing to be exaggerated. Everything blends perfectly. Music, visuals, and emotion. Their movements flow naturally with the soft yet immersive rhythm. Nothing feels forced. Everything feels completely natural. Even their facial expressions tell a story without words. Their gazes and small gestures, easily missed, become the most meaningful details for those who truly pay attention. Alongside Swim, the release of Ararang further completes the fans' excitement. These two songs showcase a more mature side of BTS, calmer, deeper, yet still maintaining their signature color. Back to Swim, the chemistry between Jungkook and Jimin becomes one of the most captivating elements. Their interaction feels natural, not staged, and that simplicity is exactly where its strength lies. The way they move together, align with the rhythm, and exchange glances, it all feels genuine. There's a synchronization that isn't just physical, but emotional, as if they don't need many signals to understand each other. Their black outfits further enhance the elegant and slightly mysterious vibe, drawing all attention to their movements and expressions. It's no surprise that many find it hard to look away throughout the video. But BTS's charm doesn't stop on stage. Behind the scenes, their bond reveals an equally warm side. Kim Namjoon, Kim Seokjin, Jimin, Jungkook, Kim Taehyung, and Young Hoseok were seen spending time together in a simple way, going out to eat before returning to their accommodation. There's no excessive luxury, just a group of friends enjoying time together after a long day. The laughter, casual conversations, and togetherness feel incredibly real. Walking through the streets of New York, they appeared relaxed amidst the city's hustle and bustle. In the middle of the crowd, they seemed comfortable, as if the outside world was just a backdrop, while their bond remained the true center of the story. Among all of this, Jimin once again stood out with his stunning visuals, a blend of softness and charisma. Meanwhile, Jungkook was seen giving small gestures of attention that might go unnoticed by many, yet feel meaningful to those who catch them. One moment that caught attention happened during a previous concert. Without realizing it, Jungkook was playing with the ring on his finger while Jimin was speaking, until it slipped off and fell. Simple, yet surprisingly memorable. There was also a moment on stage when Jimin's hand was very close, and Jungkook reacted instinctively, as if he wanted to reach for it immediately. The movement was so quick it was almost invisible, yet that's what made it special. It wasn't planned, not just fan service, but a natural reaction that happened in the moment. And of course, fans went wild seeing that brief interaction. What's hardest to ignore is the way Jungkook looks at Jimin. That gaze feels deep, attentive, and full of unspoken emotions. Simple, yet undeniably real. All of these moments, both on stage and behind the scenes, slowly form a complete story. A story about a journey, about music, and about a bond that grows over time. Swim is not just a song or a performance. It represents the long process they've gone through together, how they've grown, changed, and continued walking side by side. But beyond all that, there's something else that can't be ignored. Amid the excitement of fans, various narratives begin to emerge, some slowly drifting away from reality. This pattern isn't new. Over time, it becomes more exaggerated, sometimes even contradicting facts. Often, it starts from something simple like a schedule announcement. When it was revealed that Jungkook and Taehyung would appear as guests on a program with Snowman, nothing seemed unusual at first. But over time, speculation grew in different directions, even creating stories that didn't align with the facts. In reality, the show was recorded in Korea, not in Japan as some rumors suggested. And that's where the real issue lies. It's not that the truth doesn't exist, but that it's often overlooked. When facts don't match the narrative people want, some choose to believe assumptions instead. Even quotes that were never said can be treated as real without verification. Some narratives may come from real events, but when placed in the wrong context, their meaning changes. And in the end, what remains is an incomplete story. Ultimately, it all comes down to how we choose to see things. Liking certain dynamics is completely natural. Interpreting moments isn't wrong either. But when interpretation begins to ignore facts, it stops being a perspective and becomes a distortion. Through it all, BTS continues to move forward in their own way, through music, through their work, and through the bond they share. For those who see clearly, even the smallest moments still hold meaning. Not because they are exaggerated, but because they are felt as they are. Because in the end, the most genuine beauty is not something created by narratives, but something that truly happens. So what do you think? Is Swim just a beautiful performance? Or is it a deeper emotional journey? And among all the real moments we've clearly seen, do we still need to create stories that may not even be true? Maybe the answer is simple. The greatest beauty never comes from something fabricated, but from small moments that truly exist and are felt sincerely. From the stage to behind the scenes, one thing becomes clear: not everything needs to be explained, because the most real things are often the simplest. Swim is not just a performance. It's a feeling, something to be experienced, not explained. So what do you think? Just beautiful visuals? Or something deeper? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Jikook Magic.